Good day everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to a new review. For today I have a smartwatch, but unlike all the other smartwatches that I tried, we don't actually have to charge this one. This one is called the No.1 F2 and it costs about $24 to $25. It really depends where you buy it from. But as I said before, we don't actually have to charge this watch anymore. Starting with a very quick unboxing, so the watch comes in a simple looking box. On the front of the box we see the brand name and on the side we find the model name. Inside the box you're gonna find the watch and the user manual. The user manual has a whole bunch of instructions and pictures and it's in English and in Chinese. Now the watch itself, it's made out of plastic and it's quite large and it's among one of the largest watches that I've had. And if you're not into sporty watches, well, this may not be for you because this watch looks a bit sporty. On the front of the watch we have a 1.1 inch round screen that stays on all the time. So if you remember the watches from back in the day, it's the exact same screen that stays on day and night. However, you're not going to be able to see this at night time, so you're going to have to press a button to actually turn on the backlight. So just like the watches that we used to have like 10 years ago. The downside is the fact that the screen is actually covered by plastic, so it will get scratched quite easily. But keeping in mind that this watch costs under $25, you could just buy another watch if you get the screen scratched that badly. The body of the watch, the buttons and the straps are made out of plastic as well, and I have to say that this isn't the best quality plastic that I've seen. So yes, the watch does feel a bit cheap, but let's keep in mind that it is a cheap watch. As I mentioned before, you don't have to charge this watch and there is no way of actually charging the watch. So inside it we have a 550 milliamp battery that you can actually replace. So every year, year and a half you can just replace the battery and you're gonna have another year on one battery charge. And that is because this screen doesn't actually use that much power. Of course, the battery life will also depend on how you use this watch, because if you keep this watch connected to your smartphone through Bluetooth and you get a whole bunch of notifications, so the watch has to show you notifications all the time, the battery life will be decreased. However, I'm pretty sure that you're still going to be able to get at least 6 months on one battery charge. But again, I haven't actually got the chance to use the watch for that long. I've only been using it for 2 days and it's still at 100%. So I do believe that this watch will last for more than 6 months on one battery charge. Now about notifications. So the watch will show you whenever you get a notification on your phone. So if you get a text message, if you get a WhatsApp message, or pretty much any message from any app or any notification on your phone, basically the watch is gonna show you. However, you're not gonna know where that notification is coming from. So the watch is gonna beep and you're gonna see a little flashing icon there, but there is no way of actually knowing where the notification is coming from. If you get a phone call, again, another icon will flash on the watch, but there is no way of knowing who called you or anything like that. So it just shows you a notification on the screen and it beeps. So that's about it for notifications. So in conclusion, you cannot read or answer any notification that you get on the watch. So the watch tells you that you have a notification, but there is no way of actually knowing from where unless you actually open your phone to see. In order to get those notifications on the watch or send any information from the watch to your smartphone, you're gonna need an app called Fandu Bracelet, and you can find that in the Google Play Store and it may actually be available on the Apple App Store. I'm not 100% sure about that, but you can definitely find this in the Google Play Store. Once you install that, you search for the watch and you connect to the watch, and once the watch is connected, you can set a whole bunch of things in there and you can even update the software on the watch. However, there was no update for the watch at this time. So once you have that connected, you can set what apps can send you notifications. You can set your profile there. You can see how many steps you've made, the distance that you've made, the calories that you've burnt. You can check out the battery for the watch. So if you click on the top right corner there of the app, you can actually see how much battery you have on the watch. There is no actual way to see how much battery you have unless you have that app on your phone. If you want to go for a run or a walk or anything like that, you can leave the phone at home and just have the watch on your wrist, and the watch will record whatever steps, the distance and so on, and whenever you get back home it will sync that information onto your smartphone. Now, if you're like me and you don't plan on using this connected to your smartphone, because I really don't want to get notifications on my arm every single time I get a comment on an app or anything like that, you can still use this as a smartwatch. So the watch will keep track of your steps, will keep track of the calories that you burnt and the distance and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the bad thing about it is the fact that it's not gonna keep track of that for more than 24 hours. So every 24 hours it will reset and start from zero. So that's the downside if you don't use this connected to your smartphone. That being said, this can be used just as a watch with smart features, and I think that's the best use for this watch without having the watch actually connected to your smartphone. But again, everybody is different. This way the watch can still track your steps, the distance, the calories and so on. It can even show you the temperature. However, I believe that the temperature sensor inside this doesn't actually work. So my watch has been stuck to the exact same temperature for 2 days, so 26 degrees. And I even actually took the watch outside and left it there for about 10 minutes. And yeah, it's still at 26 degrees. So that probably doesn't work. It will also show you the UV index. Again, I'm not sure if that works because it's been stuck on the exact same value since I got it. So I'm not sure if those features work, but I'm very sure that the pedometer and the distance and the calories are accurate, mostly the pedometer. So for under $25 you get a watch that doesn't look that bad. Again, the build quality it's not the best, considering the price it's kind of normal, but you do get a watch that you don't actually have to replace or charge the battery every day, so you can go on one battery charge forever and ever. And that's a very important feature for a lot of smartwatches, because most smartwatches you actually have to recharge every day, if not every second day. So yeah, I'm very happy to see that they actually have a watch now that can measure your steps, your distance and so on, and the battery can last for a long time. So yeah, I think that for under $25, if you just want a watch to wear and maybe get some notifications every now and then, this is totally worth it. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.